Yeah, good morning, sir. Yeah, hey everyone. Yep, yep. Um, yeah. We can start. I'll just start presenting my screen. It will be pretty short. All right, is that screen visible? So, yep. So, hey everyone, welcome back. Yep, welcome back to day two today. So, we'll be keeping everything mostly hands-on today, and there will be much less of theory, and there will be much more of work. And by the end of this session today, you would be you should be ideally done with your first agent and RAG if you haven't already built one project before. So yeah, going back to this. So the first point is using GenAI as a brain. So yep, we yesterday had a discussion that all right, we use GenAI as a brain. So what about like how do you pair up GenAI as a brain and then you pair up with the tools? So how many of you have actually came to the like how many have actually heard the point yesterday that okay where GenAI is the brain and agent would be the tools? How many of you remember the agent discussions yesterday? Coming back again, so like just raise your hands up. All right, familiar name, Kadir, anyone else? Anyone who's free? Anyone else? Anyone else? You might just want to recollect what we discussed yesterday. Another couple of minutes for you to recollect, maybe. Alright, seems like nobody else remembers this. So fine, alright, just for your memory, just to refresh your memory. So what happens is generative AI helps you generate the content, but then again, how about converting the content to actually actions that you can take? For example, your phone can run and your phone can generate pixels on your phone's Android phones like screen. But then again, what's up there how to do the calculations inside that phone. You use the calculator app. That's where tools come in, and the decision to use the calculator app and rather not just display a random stuff in the phone screen. That thinking are the ones, and the thinking done by the agent. So other step involved there. So fine, moving ahead with this. Now that we have agents, so definitely you can create an agent from scratch and everything. But that won't be any fun if you like just do everything from scratch, right? That basically means like you have Node.js and you're creating every website from scratch without using any sort of framework, whether it be Express.js or maybe for backend or React.js or frontend. So definitely there would be something that people use to make things easier for them to develop agents. So how many of you have heard about agentic AI frameworks before? All right. All right. Only Hariharan is lifting up his hand. So anyone else? Mm, fair enough. All right. So seems like not many of you are familiar with agentic AI frameworks. All right. So how many of you have heard about LangChain? So now I hear see a lot more names coming up. That's great. Nine. All right. Nine people of around 35 have heard about LangChain, which is a pretty good number. That's nice. Almost one in four. So, all right. So, LangChain is one of the agentic frameworks. In fact, you can say like almost the first agentic framework that came out in the market, and the one that people actually use the most. So, yeah, and it's just not one agentic framework, but there will be multiple out there who that are involved. And LangChain has a lot of pros and cons, and there are others that also solve for different pros and cons. So let's go through some of them. So the few popular ones, the LangChain, Llama Index, and Agno AGI. Anybody of you have heard about Llama Index? All right, four people. That's nice. Have you heard about Instructor or Agno AGI? Or maybe if you've heard about tools like Crew AI or AutoGen. All right, Hariharan. So, like, what are the ones that you've heard? Langflow, N8, those are more like flow charts, but yeah, fine. Those are not frameworks per se. N8 is like just like things to connect steps together. Those are more like the standard automation. All right, yeah. So this brings us to another rabbit hole. So like, how many of you have you used something like the flowchart based tools that basically connect from one step to another? All right, what are the tools that you have used? So Saravana, Karthikeyan, Madhusri, Raghapriya, Hariharan,
Generative.
N8. What about the others?
So I used both ground flow and generative.
Pardon, what do you use?
Land flow, generative, those two.
All right. So All right. Do you know what the industry leader for the normal automation is? Who the industry leader for normal automation is? All right. So, how many of you have heard about Zapier? Zapier. Oh, you haven't heard of it. All right. Cool. You haven't heard of it. You haven't heard of Zapier here. So yep, all right, no worries about that. So all of this, innate and everything, it all started with Zapier. They are the market leaders. So just wanted to ask again. So what do you think is the difference between an agentic AI framework and the automation frameworks like innate and the likes? What do you think is actually the difference between them? You guys can take a couple of minutes to think about it. Just write T in the inbox, in the chat box if you're writing, if you're thinking about it. All right. All right, Siva Karthikeyan, Saravana Karthikeyan, so like, yep, I mean, no code, you can think of that, but then again, there will be other tools as well that help you build with no code. But is it only the no code that's the difference? Because it's all just prompts again, right? All right, so Siva Sakti was also thinking about it. So, yep, what's it? Just give me a couple of minutes. In the meanwhile, you can think on this and just write an answer in the chat box itself. Yep. So were you able to like think about it, Shivasakti or maybe Hariharan and others? Mm. All right, never mind. So I'll move then. Move. Yeah, I think automated tools may have limits, but using helps us build our own ideas without limits. Yep, you can say that. I mean, automated tools do have the limits, but where do you think the exact limits would be lying? Like a highly probable region, maybe. Like for example, let's say you want to do some task, and maybe that agentic AI framework would help you choose, while the automated framework would just lose out. If you have built anything a little like a little more involved, a little more intensely in automation frameworks, you would realize that. So, have you given a thought about it, Sadhavana Karthikeyan?
I haven't faced that, sir, but I think it may happen.
All right. So, all right. So, tell me something. So, since quite a few of you, like around seven, 6 or 7 of you had used the N8 and the Langfuse and Langfuse, right? So, just wanted to know. So, have you used the if then else conditions in these no code automation frameworks? How many have used any if then conditions in the frameworks? All right. So, Sivasakti might have not used it. All right. Fine. About the others? Hariharan, Sadhavana Karthikeyan.
So,
Yep.
sir,
So
can you
have you
hear me?
used any sort of an event? Yeah, yeah.
Sir, in case of N8, there will be condition blocks. Conditional blocks if for example, if we want to automate Google Sheets, like the details in the Google Sheets should be mailed to a particular person. Uh, if he is this mail, he should get a different type of formatted mail. If he is so that there will be conditional blocks. You can use.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. That's pretty much one big issue there. So now think of it. So what if exactly there are two conditions, but suddenly you realize that okay, there might be a third condition, or maybe fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, so many conditions left. Would you put every if then else block in a separate logic? That would be very, very like tiring, right? Yep. Actually very, very tiring. How do you do that? For example, I'll just give another maybe non-obvious sort of like comparison example. For let's say you're sending a mail, right? Or you are writing, okay, you want to capture that idea that all right, if this mail has a negative sentiment for my customer support system, then send a mail to this customer support emergency, push it internally and send it at emergency. And if it's just a feedback, then just put it at feedback and put it inside a feedback system. So how do you classify? Like classifying the intent isn't really something just based on if then else, right? How do you do that? Have you given a thought about that? Why or an yes, no, anyone? I mean, guys, so like how many like you build projects, right? So customer support system or ticketing system would be definitely one of the easiest ones to start with. Yes, automation tool doesn't work for it. Exactly. For example, let's say you might have a lot of customer support companies, right? So you might be like for a customer support team, it will be very important to distinguish between a simple email that gives them a feedback or an email that actually requires a customer support urgent. So in case of a customer support urgent customer support requirement, you have to basically inform the customer support agent that already this is the customer, these are the details, and you have to sort of push them for notification. So let's say you have a notification system, but what happens is you don't really know that okay, which are the positive, like which are the negative customer support agent that needs to go. In that case, you can't really do anything with the information systems, even though all of the Google services and stuff they are connected, right? So this is where an AI framework or let's say like agentic AI is just a very vague term nowadays, but an AI agent framework can help you out with that. So for example, in LangChain, you can just specify a chain that okay, tell me whether the chain like the intent is class like negative or not. So I'll just show you just a second. Are you able to see my screen? This whiteboard? Hello.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Yep. Cool. Cool. So this is a simple example that I'll be showing you. This is customer. This is a customer facing email address where a lot of mails come up. Right? And then the idea is positive intent goes to testimonials plus feedback is common, and negative intent goes to notification for customer support team, something like that. So here it would be very difficult for you to identify what positive intent means because it's vague, and similarly what negative intent means. So if you just want to use the word something like, let's say, not in automation systems without AI, think of you want to use like sort of negative words. So okay, not, or maybe something like absent, right? What if a customer sends an email? What if a customer sends an email? I am fed up of this service. This has disappointed me. And another customer says, I am. So, what do you think? What are the different intents for this? Hello.
So,
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
so like the customer sending feedbacks to the company in a positive and a negative ways, like, according to the
Yeah,
product.
yeah. So, assuming so again, Hariharan, assuming that we started off with this, like that positive, a negative intent would have been identified using the normal automation framework as, let's say, words containing not or absent, right? Makes sense. You might
Yes, sir.
want just want to see that, okay, if these words exist in the emails or not. If yes, then you can just send it over to the negative intent. If no, then you can just send it back to the positive intent, right? So where do you think these two sentences should go and these two sentences will go?
So grateful for the positive intent and fed up for the negative intent.
Exactly. It is going to the opposite direction. So this should be ideally like this, right? But according to the classification that we had, it's not fulfilling anything, right? Because this will also catch this one because it is just looking for not. This would actually be catching for this one. Oh, my bad. Which is actually wrong. So you see, and now in a business case, the problem is not that okay, this was getting caught wrongly, right? The even bigger problem is this is getting caught as positive intent. Because in business, it's false negative. It's a huge false negative. If a customer was going away and then you suddenly identify in an automated system that okay, the customer intent is positive, that's a huge like bummer, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is something pretty much of an example that you can see that all right, this is where lang chain and things come in. So what you can do here is instead, rather than these rules, rather than these rules altogether, what you will be doing is you'll be just give me a second. You'll be creating a chain here, right? Just extending it. So now it looks better, right? That how the like intent classification chain works. So for you can just throw in any sentence and maybe in the lang chain you can just write in the prompt that all right, this is a system prompt. Identify what is the user sentiment. If it's positive, just write true, and if it's negative, just write false. Right? Something even of that sort. Make sense?
Sir,
Yep, Hariharan, go ahead.
sir, will they use a sentiment analysis model or something for analyzing the text of the
Yeah,
user?
but that's a custom integration, right? You don't ever know that exactly where what happens if you just put in a normal integration block.
Yeah.
So like a normal if then else won't work out if you don't have any sort of AI functionality like at all. This is what AI like right now you might think that okay Nathan has that AI block, but technically if you think it's just another sort of just patchy way to just do that work. But if you want even more in-depth analysis, then in case what? Then you have to identify, let's say, that okay, tell me like what type of a negative intent is this? Negative intent will be a lot of types, right? For example, refund, or maybe some sort of like customer support inquiry, or maybe like some sort of renewals. Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
So you can't really click those. There are too many points, way too many points to cover. The deeper you go, the more problem you will face with only these things. So that's why this is one of the very prime examples why you need agentic AI frameworks to actually do these sort of AI-related tasks rather than some sort of automation of the like old conventional days. Like, why would you use that when you have something like ChatGPT and Gemini readily available for access for you all? So yeah, let's go through a few agentic AI frameworks. So this is the most obvious one, the first most popular one, LangChain. It's the most popular agentic AI framework, released in 2022, and great for chaining LLM calls and tools. Lots of supports memory, agents, integrations of almost every service you can even think of, and ideal for chatbots, automation, and retrieval augmented generation because it supports retrieval augmented generation as a first class citizen of its own. What does that by that? What do I mean? It means that it makes it very simple to get started with RAG in LangChain. Then secondly, you have Llama Index. So they are like mostly about information retrieval and the indexing in the LLMs. So remember so how many of you remember the last day discussion we had on vector databases? All right. So sir, I won't ask Hariharan because he knew it. He has heard it. So what were vector databases and what was the point of using them in RAG? If you remember, Saravana Karthik or I think somebody else.
Sir, it will be the knowledge feed for the LLM. After it will give the output, so it will be more accurate.
Yeah. So what does? But the thing is, here's the question. So every LLM has a fixed number of tokens it can take in, right? In its context window.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. So let's say you have the LLM can take in around 1,28,000 windows, like tokens in. What about if the information has about, let's say, 3 lakh words? What about in that case? So what do we need there? Have you thought about it? All right, Hariharan, I think you want to say something?
Sir, like you are saying, like this much information stored in a particular context window. So when the limit exits, what you will do?
Yep. So what factors come into play when you actually exceed the limit? Have you given a thought about that?
Sir, if the context window increases, the loading time also increases.
Yeah,
We should limit it.
yeah, that's like obvious, but like if the context window isn't like present, so like if the context window isn't sufficient. So let's say what I mean is you want to have an answer that will be very short, right? That would be very short and sweet, but that requires a lot of data from different sources. For example, let's say you want to create a program in a document and like from their documentation, and you just want to create a small program maybe, but the documentation is very large. So how do you go about that? What do you optimize for? Yeah, you can just write T for thinking if you're thinking about it. We can just have 2 to 5 minutes in this here because this will be very important for the project coming up. So guys, do have a thought about it because after this we'll be having a hands-on project that will be quick to get some work done. Storing data in several chunks. Yes, so like Hariharan, the problem is not about storing data in several chunks. The point is how do you use that data? Like you can just write, like you can just fetch the chunks and still you would run out of memory, right? So how do you fetch the chunks? You don't push all of them, so how do you determine that what the chunks that are required? We touched upon this point last day, not so obviously, but yeah, you can just take a couple of minutes to think about it. Guys, so like there are I think around 35, 38 of you. I think we can be a little more interactive today because this is coming up with language and all. Maybe a lot of you are familiar as you put your all of you put your hands up back then when they asked.
Sir,
Yep.
should we increase the size of the context window as per the information coming?
I mean, for an LLM, that would be very difficult. So there's a reason that every LLM is marketed with a particular context window, right? For example, ChatGPT has around 128,000, which is like 1,28,000. Similarly, for Claude, it's 2 lakh. For Gemini, it's 10. But yeah, it's very difficult to extend that. I mean, you can still do that. There are techniques. We can discuss that later on. But don't you think it will be easier to actually think of that? Okay, that you can just summarize like for example, let's take something. You have 3 lakh, you have 3 lakh context, so like spread across maybe 20 chunks, right? So don't you think it will be easy if you can progressively summarize those contexts? For example, you can take in two context chunks and then summarize them into a smaller summary. And similarly, you can take 2, 2, 2, and after the 2, you just take like 4, 4, 4, and something like. Let me show you something like this. So let's say you have these 20 contexts, like 4 contexts. I'm taking 4 here. I'm showing this for example. So what you can do is you can just summarize them for one at step 1. So this is like summarization of 1 for the first pair. This is also summarization 1 for the second pair. And similarly, you can just summarize them again. The summarized results, and then you can just give this one, the summarized result of 2 for the first quadruplet, which is like the 4 tools together. You think you can do that?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So that would be much more easier, right? Than actually thinking of mathematically as to how to modify the LLM itself. Because what is easier in RAG? Like for RAG, what is easy? Modifying the data, right?
Yes, sir.
For RAG, modifying the data is easy. So why do you think? So we can do this. So we should be able to do this, right? So that's the point. You can actually summarize your information. For example, let's say there are lots of information about you from your resume itself. So now if a recruiter wants to know that, okay, so like what are your top highlights? So they would definitely want a summarized version, right? In that case, you can definitely do that. So what is this? This is basically an information retrieval technique, right? This summary is basically an information retrieval technique for me, right? So this is where actually Llama Index specializes hugely. Just as it is written here, Llama Index specializes in indexing and retrieval of the LLMs. And it was launched in 2022. It has been optimized for RAG, and also just saying it helps structure and query private data efficiently. So this was an example that I showed you about what about you have 3 lakh words and you want to fit them into maybe a 1 lakh size text, right? Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And also one thing that is very good about Llama Index is that it works very well with LangChain. So what you can have is for LangChain you have everything else, but for let's say if I just want to summarize some information or maybe more efficient retrieval of the information in your database, you can just put in Llama Index for that. And here third player, it's called Agno AGI. It's and the best part about this is it has emerging from India itself, Agno, and it is one of the fastest emerging AI agent frameworks in the market. And what they're focused on, those they help are they're fully focused on autonomous AI agents. Like what are fully autonomous AI agents? As in, I showed you this example wherein this information summary is being done, right? So the point is that if this thing can be totally decided by an AI, that okay, how many steps, like what are the doubles we should be able to like summarize, or maybe what are the quadruplets we will be able to summarize. So those things, if those can be decided by an AI, that is a fully autonomous AI agent, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is something that like Agno AJ is focusing on. So there are other AJ frameworks for this as well. For example, Creo AI, Autogen, and others. We can talk about more of them. Oops, I think I stopped sharing my screen. Yeah. So Just to add on to that, so since we are developing totally autonomous AI agents, they have to be designed for goal-driven and long-term tasks. Then coming to the latest. So how many of you have heard about the OpenAI Agents SDK? It has been released just this week itself. Like probably just only Wednesday and Thursday. Oh, nice. You guys have pretty updated timeline here. Nice. So this is the most recent agentic AI framework from OpenAI. The thing is, it was released in 2024, but it was only in beta version. It was called Swarms back then. Have you heard about the Swarms? Like that OpenAI released, the handoffs and everything. This was hyped up pretty much in December and October, November, those times. Yep. But you know what's the best? What's the most controversial? There was a lot of controversy surrounding this. Why? Because this was supposedly copied from some other framework. Have you heard about that? Like there was another framework called Swarms by another different company that was almost like that was existed from before, and then OpenAI almost copied it like word for word, totally. I'll just share the link with that. So basically, what they did was they took off that, they ripped that, and they put it as Swarms SDK and marketed it in the market, which they later renamed to OpenAI Agent SDK just this week. So it is controversial, but that does not like take anything from the SDK itself. It is very like capable. It's a very capable SDK. Like just like Anuran, it helps and makes building autonomous AI agents simple for you. While also it has support for tools use and function calling. So coming back to tool use and function calling, I think this was something that we touched on yesterday, right? How many of you remember that? What this tool use and function calling? Like we discussed this last day. All right, only Hariharan is raising his hand. I think. All right. Anyone else? Mm,
Sir,
guess. Yeah. Please go ahead.
sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah. Please go ahead, Hariharan.
Sir, like in back a month ago or something, like they are accusing OpenAI for stealing data from so many sources, and also so many engineers. Even though OpenAI co-founders also left him, and they are trying to start a new AI startup for their own purpose. Like, what do you think about it, sir? What your point on that?
Um, can you come again, Hariharan? I think I got disconnected for a little bit.
Now, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. Better.
So like in recent days or like back a month ago or something, they are accusing OpenAI for stealing a lot of data, and also like so many of the OpenAI co-founders, like I don't know their name, but I know some of them. Like they
Yep.
left the OpenAI and went off, and
Yeah.
they started their own AI startups, like
So
something.
OpenAI has a pretty controversial history. So last year itself, it started off. So the actual guy who created GPT, right? Like one of the two guys who
Sir,
actually made GPT. So Ilya Sutskever and Alec Radford. So Ilya had he had a public fallout with the CEO Sam Altman. That was there. Then Andrej Karpathy left. So Ilya Sutskever started with SSI, which is Safe Super Intelligence. It's a company that recently raised $30 billion and they have no product yet. Then similarly, like Andrej Karpathy, just went down and founded another edtech company that's an AI first edtech company. Recently, Meera Murati, who was the CTO after she replaced Ilya, and after Ilya left, he was the CTO of OpenAI. She resigned and then she started another company. It's called Thinking Machines. It has been very like recent. So one of the people I know, they work at Thinking Machines right now. So they are like one of my like sort of online friends. So there was that. In fact, Anthropic. Have you heard about Anthropic, right? You used Claude yesterday. Guys, have heard about Anthropic, right? Yeah, Hariharan, you were saying something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So like in fact, Anthropic itself, the half of the team of Anthropic is from OpenAI. They were ex OpenAI, they left Anthropic. Then Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, he was one of the most senior executive people at OpenAI. So, anyways, that's a whole lot of corporate politics and a mixture of like ambition as well as maybe contribution and everything. Let's not go there. It's like it will be just basically gossiping anymore. So yeah, back to where we are from. So yeah, these are like one of the few agents. So just a quick overview. Okay, so what each of the models is good for. So LangChain is like one of the most widely used, like is the most widely used by quite a huge margin, at least for now. You can think of it as the like Google is for search engines, just like that LangChain is for agentic AI. So a lot of models are supported, a lot of integrations are supported. In fact, LangChain has an entire wiki dedicated only to integrations. Then we come to Llama Index, which is also very significant. You can think of it as the Bing, as in it is very targeted and it is very good, but then again, it does not have that much of a market share. And then there are other challenges like Agno AGI and the OpenAI Agents SDK, which are for various niche specific use cases. I think everybody is clear, like at least the people who are hearing it. Just give me a like thumbs up or a Y or N in the chat box if you actually like have followed till this page. All right, great. It's around 8, 9 people. That's good. That's good enough for me. So yep. So this is like one of the topmost things that we are like covering up. And anyway, so we'll be covering the everything with this here itself. So writing your first AI agent. So guys, so how many of you had installed LangChain the previous day? Hariharan. So how many of you are from have your laptops here itself? You can just like if you're all right with it, like someone can actually start sharing your laptop and we can just do a project together. This is the main part that we're coming to. Anybody willing to volunteer? All right, Saravana, Karthik, and so do you want to volunteer?
Okay, sir.
All right, that's great. That's great. That's great. So what we'll be building is basically a simple thing. Like what you do is you upload your resume to an AI, right? And it looks into the different job portals. So for example, for right now, we'll be taking one job portal, right, which is weworkremotely.com. So just in case you don't know about WeWork Remotely, WeWork Remotely is one of the world's largest spaces for getting remote jobs, and they pay you pretty well. And like those can start from like around 20 lakhs per year to even 1 CR, 2 CR per year. And I worked with WeWork Remotely before, so these are like I can vouch for that. So anyways, so what we do here is it's a very simple idea. I'll just and this would be very useful for you to get internships as well because it's a third year internship season is coming up. So that's why I thought of doing this project together with you all. So are you able to see my screen, the whiteboard, guys?
Yes, sir.
Already fine. So what we'll be doing is You will be uploading your resume. You will be uploading your resume to your application itself. What it will do is it will keep a data of remote applications, remote programming work from we work remotely. And then what it will do is it will match those in the database that you have already. Like it will store that in the database. And based on your resume, given your resume, it will give you a list of jobs that you will be suited for. So this is, you can think of it as a personalized job assistant, job hunting assistant itself. So in case you want to find new jobs or find new internships off campus or anywhere or something on topics that you would really love to, so this would be really helpful for you. And I think even like if you can make the project in a few of you can group it together, I mean you can also contribute to the college and the college can help you out even better. I think this is this is something interesting that has a lot of scope, and you can do it for your own, or you can just build it for your college as well. So you just upload your resume to the database. The database and the system totally matches. Not the database, the system. It totally matches your resume and gives you the top the top K jobs that will be suited for you. So yep, let's get it done. So somebody can just start presenting, and we'll be going step by step through all of this. So I think Saravana Karthik was like volunteering for that. You up for that again?
1 minute.
Yeah, sure. Anybody can start presenting your screen, and we can get start getting it done together.
So what should I do?
Yep. So do you have VS Code on your PC?
Yes, sir.
Let's just open up a new window and VS Code in the folder. We can just start together. And I also expect that you have Python in your PC, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So guys, so just put your hands up, as in like how many of you are actually following. Just copy this into a new VS Code window and then ship. Like paste it in the terminal. Oh nice. So 9 people, around 8, 9 people are here following this. That's enough for me. Nice. Sampath sir, is this session being recorded? So just in case if it's being recorded, so everybody can refer it to it later. Oh, all right, that will be great. That's great. All right, Sarona Karthik, so like you can just open up like the VS Code. Have you opened up VS Code?
Yes, sir.
I think you're just sharing only the window, which is why we cannot see anything else.
Okay, sir. 1 minute.
Yep.
Can you see now?
Yeah, a lot better. I think your internet is a bit slow though. Yep, it's all right. So what about others? So is the screen visible for the others? Just put a thumbs up if it's yes and a no if it's not. All right, fine. Cool. Fine. So you have installed this, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Just keep your like voice on so we can just get done it together. So now just create a new file called like script like rss.py. No, it's not in the venv file itself. Just press escape. Yeah, you see on the top AI workshop, yep, top rss.py. So what you will be having here is open. I'll just send you the link here. What you'll be doing is you will be copying the syntax from LangChain in this thing. Just go down. You see the syntax example, the first example. Just copy that. Just paste it here. So what this does is it takes in an RSS feed, right? And then loads from the URLs and then loads it. So you see the URL one. I'll share this URL one with you. So this takes in your this takes in the remote jobs for you. And in the meanwhile, others you can just start signing up on Gemini and Quadrant, and like I'll just give you the link. You can just start signing up on these platforms, because we will be using Quadrant for your vector DB, MongoDB as for your normal database, and Google Gemini as your AI. All right. So just give me a thumbs up if you have already started doing this. All right. So yeah. So basically, what this does is it takes in your RSS and then feeds it. So Saravana Karthik, so can you just run the so can you just print out the like just write a print docs later on. Print docs. Docs. Yeah. And you can just run it. Just run it on your terminal. Python rss.py. It will print a lot of it, so you can just maximize your command line terminal.
Sir, I am facing an error.
Okay, I can't really see your error. Acha, you have to
I
install the
think
yeah, you have to install a few other things. Feed parser and also newspaper 3K. Just right pip install newspaper 3K. You can again try it. I'll just write the command. Now just run Python part rs.py. Saravana, yeah, that URL you have to remove, right? URL 2 you have to remove. URL 1 you have already got it. URL 2 you have to remove because it's just sample. Just remove the
just
entire.
empty.
No, you don't need to put that empty string. Remove that empty string as well. Just one element in the list. All right. So can you just? I'm just sending another link. Just a second. Keeps, are you following it? I've sent another link. You can just copy paste that as well in the URLs. It will take a little bit of a time. and it will show you a lot of like information. Exception newspaper package not found, pip install newspaper 3K. Saravana, Karthik, so can you just disable your VNV once? Just disable your VNV once. Like just write deactivate in the terminal and run the normal pip install again once. Just run the rss.py now. All right, why is it coming in that way?
Should I install everything? Pip install
Yeah, I
as
mean you can install like LangChain and all, but still newspaper 3K is missing. Do something, just deactivate base as well. Like you can just write conda deactivate. Conda deactivate. Yeah. And just install everything with newspaper 3K as well. So you don't have Python normally installed on your PC?
I installed it, so but I don't know why it shows like this. I think it's pip 3 maybe.
Yeah, might be Web 3. Okay, so you have Python 13. Fine. So what you can do is like just open another terminal once.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and just a second.
It's in
Yeah,
base now.
yeah. Pardon?
It's in base. Should I need to deactivate again, like conda
No,
deactivate?
no, no, no. Just a second. There's a conda forge. Just run this command I sent in the chat.
Sir, many times I am facing the issue of module not found error because even though I initialize the virtual environment and there will be the package installed already.
Yeah. So this thing, yeah. So Saravana Karthik, this thing happens when the environment actually cannot read through, and like, it refers to like, there are global variables and there are local variables, right? So sometimes it so
Yes, sir.
happens that the like package internally might refer to the global variable, but it is not installed in the global environment, right?
Yes, sir.
Not solved, but not be installed. It's not installed. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember the issue. Just a second. Yeah, can you just enable your virtual environment v1, or maybe you can just write it here. I'll just write something. Pip3 install lxml underscore html underscore clean.
Sir, should I do this now in my virtual environment?
Yeah, you can do this. Yeah. Yeah, you can now try to run Python through RSS.py. Uh, there is nothing called run. You can just do Python RSS.py, right? Run is not like anything.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Python space RSS.py. Yep, you should be getting a lot of data here. Or let's just do Control C. I'll just add in a few more arguments so that it will be visible. Do Control C. Just close the program. Yeah, I'll give
Yes,
you what to write. Yep, I've written in the chat box itself. Just replace that RSS feed loader with this one so that you can actually see the progress. Just clear the screen. Clear it out. And maximize the terminal. You see on the upper right corner of the terminal. Yeah. So it is what it is doing right now is enumerating the jobs that are in there. So in the job board, RSS feed basically give you a quick overview and like a live feed data of the jobs that are in Mongo. They are a part of something we call the semantic web. Give it around a minute, and you will see the result. By the way, guys, so have you completed uploading, getting your Google Gemini key or maybe signing up on Quadrant and MongoDB? Just send a thumbs up. Yes, fine. Yep. So you see all the data that you got.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So do something. You see, are you able to surf through the data? You see, there are different data. Like let's say it's a full-time, part-time, remote responsibilities, and it's about AI prompt engineering. A lot of the job posts are here in We Work Remotely.
Yes, sir.
There are too much data. So what you need to do is you have to redirect this data into the database, right? So for that, what you need is a MongoDB is basically MongoDB, which will store the documents. For every time you run the jobs, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'll share the code of a file. What you can do. You can just copy this code into a separate file, maybe db.py. Not again there. Yeah, outside that. You can just go up. You see in the MongoDB localhost, just replace that address with the one of your connection string if you have a MongoDB. Guys, are you able to follow? What about the others? Hariharan, Shivasakti, Sarath. All right. Okay, you have a local host. No issues, I guess. Then just copy that. And just create a new database in it, Sadhana Karthik. Just
Okay,
create
sir.
a new database called RSS uh, and a new collection in it called jobs. And yes, this will continue all of your jobs. Are any of you familiar with asynchronous programming? Sadhana Karthik, are you familiar with async programming in Python?
No, sir, not much. I think it will run the code after only it will go move to the other task.
No, not only that. I'll tell you what happens. So, so you see all of these async defs rather than normal def in Python. So these basically run in an event loop, right? So this is like a queue that you can think that basically does not block your task while other tasks can run, but the bigger tasks they can be blocked, like this can be queued up so that once they execute, they can be done, right? So anyways, I'll show you what how to write the code in it. So here you will be set up, and now what you need to do is you get the rss.py, right? Just write, just create another file called main.py. Yep. Just write from RSS import doc uh, loader, my bad. Sorry, docs. do something. Just write loader from RSS import loader and comment out the docs in rss.py. And the print statement also you can just comment it out. It's a hashtag, Saran.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now the question is that now you will take this here and you will do the loader.load in a docs document, right? You don't do that initially so that you don't get confused where the documents are coming from. You can just write here docs equal to loader.load. Yeah, and the documents will be loaded here. So now, have you connected to the how do you connect to the database? You just write here. So like
Using
you see in the database there are functionalities, right? Insert jobs.
this.
Open the DB file. You will see there will be something called insert jobs.
Yes, sir.
So what you will be doing with this is you will be inserting all of the jobs in it. So just copy the insert job statement. No, not the first one, the second one. Insert jobs. The second one. Just copy the name of the insert jobs.
The entire line or just insert job?
Only the function name. Function name.
Okay, sir.
Just go to insert. Yep. So now what you will be doing is just write a statement. Just create a new function called async def. I'm just writing the code for you. Yes. So no. Inside that only. It will be inside that only. Yes. So Savana, so what you need to do is you have to write from DB import insert jobs at the top, and also just remove the docs equal to loader.load in line number 4. So what you just did here is that you are loading all of the documents from the RSS loader, and from there you are inserting all of the jobs like into the total document store for your MongoDB. Now here's the thing. What you need to do is that you need to sort of make it searchable as well, right? This is for across the vectors and all using the vector database. This is where you need quadrant. So Saravana Karthik, so do you have one like quadrant database in your PC, or you can just use it quadrant or text?
No, sir. I don't have.
All right, I sent you the link. Just sign up there. You can just get the connection string of your quadrant database from there.
Sir, how to create a product?
Yeah, create a free cluster. Cluster name you can just write cluster test or something, whatever.
Sir, can I leave it as it is?
Yeah, yeah,
AWS or
yeah, yeah. No worries about that. You see, you have the credentials for that. You see the endpoint, right? You've got the endpoint. So just sharing one.
after getting the endpoint, what should I do?
Yeah, yeah, just do. Just giving you. Just giving. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm sharing a link with you. You can just go there. You see, just on over this, you have this code, right? From LangChain quadrant or import quadrant vector store. Just copy that. No, 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 no. Just before this. No, no. Just you just cross the place. Yep, this one. And you can just store it in like you can just write it in, let's say, quadrant.py. Just create a file called quadrant.py and store it there. QDRANT. Yes. So what you have here is basically a quadrant vector store that searches for you that okay, that these are the documents that you need to enter, that these are the things that you entered, and they create vector embeddings for you. So for your dummy collection, right? For instead of a demo collection, just write jobs collection. And same goes for your, like, on top of it, collection name jobs. And for your vector params size, okay, so you need an embedding model, right? So I'm just sharing just a second. Just create a file called embeddings.py. EMBEDDINGS, embeddings.py, and I'll share a code with you. So what this does is it takes in your Google generative AI embedding model and then returns you an embedding, right? So now what you need to generate is, so can you see the structure once? So you just see, go to like do something, go to the terminal, like you're seeing the terminal, right? You see what are the different fields that are in this. Can you just find the fields, search for the colons here. Do control F insert in the terminal itself. Control F.
Sir, I'm Mac. Should I do command F?
Yeah, yeah, command F for you. My bad. Yep. Right, search for colon. It's a semicolon. You did for semicolon. You do for a colon. Just start searching. Or maybe what you can do is just go to
It's
like
highlighted all.
rss.py again. Run rss.py, but just print the docs of 0.
So
Uncomment
can
the
you repeat it again?
uncomment the docs dot like loader.load, and then just print
Yes, sir.
docs 0. You need to get the structure, right? Docs bracket open 0. It's a list, right?
Yes, sir.
So I just clear your terminal. Or docs 0, just write docs 0 dot keys, because it's a dictionary. You just need to find what are the fields in it. Dot keys. Bracket open close. It's a method, right? Yep. Cool. Just save it and then just run python rss.py again. Give it a minute. What are we doing this for? Any guess, people?
We are getting a first job.
No, we are taking the first job, but yeah, like why are we looking for the keys here? Any guess? We will be basically deciding which field to embed, right? Because you have a job description as well, right?
Like for indexing purpose.
Yes, exactly. Correct answer, Hariharan. Document object has no attribute keys. Okay, just print docs of 0 and just run it again. Are you able to see this? So you see, so like just go up, like just scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. You see page content, page underscore content. This is the one that we need to index for the jobs, right? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we need to do is the docs 0.page content. This is the one that we need to figure out. So this is the one that we'll be indexing with quadrant as well. So what you'll do is go to main.py and just write from quadrant import. Just write from quadrant import. Do something like Saravana Karthik. Just rename quadrant.py to vector underscore store.py. Otherwise, it will clash with the original quadrant package. CORD. I think you wrote an extra R. Yes, yes. Okay. Do okay. And from vector store import your vector store. Just do control space. No, it's like yep. You see you have the vector store, vector underscore store. Yes. So now while you are loading the jobs, right? You would be inserting the jobs in it as well. So what you also need to do is just go to like you should just type in line number 9, right? Just do an enter after loader.load. Enter. And then what you do is vector underscore store dot, just press control space. Vector store is not coming up. All right. Just okay. So Saravana, Karthik, so just go up on the top.
Yes, sir.
Just go up on the top, scroll to the top of the file. From vector store import
Yes,
vector store as, just write import vector store as vs. Yeah. So now you just write vs dot then press control space. It's still not showing up. That's weird. All right. Just a second. Just quadrant vector store dot. I'm sharing you something. Just write this. And you just need to import UUID4 from UUID, by the way.
In line number 9, sir.
No, yeah, just insert there, yeah. And the documents, just write docs instead of documents. and same inside the vector store. And for UUID4, just import from UUID import UUID4. Got it? So also it will be vs.add document, by the way, not vector.add documents. Yes, nice work. So can you summarize what we have done till now? Hello. So anybody, can you summarize what we have done? If anybody can speak up here.
From rss.py, we took the every jobs that are available from the website and we listed it, and then we created a db.py where we have some basic commands of insert, update, and delete options. And
All right. So also, so yeah, Saravana, so just go back to the db.py, not db.py, rss.py. Go back to rss.py and then comment out line 8 and 9. Yes, save it. So what we're doing here is we're inserting the jobs, right? So now what we need is to upload a resume, right? So let's make it a little simpler, that rather than uploading a resume, what you need is to basically search for the documents, like, okay, what are the different jobs that you can have? So let's do something. Like, can you just sign up on Google for the Google Generative AI API key? You have a Gemini API key, Saravana?
yes, sir, I have a Gemini API.
Yeah, cool. Fine. Just store your Gemini API key somewhere. And also, Saravana, so do you have a resume right now that you have that you can use?
1 minute, sir, I will check. No, sir, I don't have now. I need a few minutes to take it.
All right, no worries about that. So yep. So just what you need to do is that, like, can some do you so you don't have any resume PDF right now with you? Or like, do you have one?
I have so, but right now I don't have. I have to get it from chat or anything.
Or
PDF.
let's just get it from somewhere maybe.
Okay,
You
sir.
can stop sharing your screen for the timing until you get the like PDF.
Sir,
Yeah, Hariharan, go ahead.
so there is tb.py and also like vector store.py. So there
Yeah,
are like why we are storing it in MongoDB rather than we can store all in vector source.
um, I
Can you
didn't
tell
get
me?
you, Hariharan. What did you
I
come
mean,
again?
we will retrieve information from vector store and we store our things in MongoDB, right, sir?
Okay, so here's the thing. So for MongoDB is for retrieving the documents, right? So this is for
Yes,
retrieving the text. But for Quadrant, what happens is you have to get the documents as well, no?
yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
mean, you can definitely like search through existing jobs. I'll come while why you would need MongoDB later on.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I got my resume.
Yeah. Just copy that into the location where your VS Code, where you're using coding in your VS Code.
Sir,
And also,
now I got my resume.
yeah. Okay, so the thing is that like just rename this to Gemini hype underscore. I'll just like API. Just give me a second. I'll just copy. Just rename the Gemini API key to this Google underscore API underscore key in capital. And you have to also install something called Python.NL. Pip install python3.env. Python3 hyphen dot env. No, not dot, like spelling out dot.
Okay,
Dot.
okay.
Yes. Sorry, Python.env, not Python 3. My bad. All right, fine. We already have Python.env. So what you need to do is you go to embedding.py, just write from .env, like .env, import load.env, and then just like another enter button, and then you would just need to call the load.env method. Yes, that's it. This would basically like load your environment variable from the files. So now what do we need to do? So for we need to generate the embeddings, right? Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Embeddings. Just write something here. I'll just share this code with you. No, no, below that, below that, below that. No, no, below embeddings, below embeddings. Yeah. So what this does is it decides that okay, these are the different types of embeddings that you will be providing, and these are query embeddings. One type which is like your query, okay, what is the job type suited for me, and the doc embeddings being what are the different documents suited for me, right? Hello, am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So after we do that, so what we now need to do is to just run these embeddings and like all of these docs, and also upload your like work with the PDFs. Just create a new file called PDF, like PDF utils.py. Just a second, let me write. Yep. So from there, do first what you need to do is pip install PyPDF. Did you run that?
Yes, sir.
All right, fine. Great work. So now in the PDF utils.py, write this. No, you can keep the file path. Just change the file path directory. So the Saravana, like your tot, like slash dot slash, then your total file name. The R for the resume. Sure. So yeah, so this is the loader, right? So what you'll need later need just rename the loader to PDF underscore loader. No, no, PDF in small, all in small. PDF underscore loader. Yep. So save that PDF utils.py. And what you'll need to do, and what it will do right now is you now need to change all of these things together, right? So now go to main.py. So what you will now do is write, and you need to write another function. It's called async def load job. Just write go to new function async def. Just write async def main. Auto complete that. Then auto complete that easily. Just write await load jobs first. Yes. And after you have awaited the load jobs, right? What you'll need to do is to search for the like extra like just a second. Are you able to, all right, cool. So instead of so Sarvana, just go to line number 12, right? PS or add documents.
Yes, sir.
So what you need to do is just write from like on the top of it, go to line number 5 from embedding dot from embedding import space control space, right? Query embedding, just write query embedding. Yeah. And also form a doc embedding. That's also a document embedding, right? Yes. So so now here what you need to generate is that like you would be like required to generate all of the query and the like document embedding for this. Just give me a second. So documents, docs, folder doc. Yeah. So you so what you'll need to do is generate the doc embedding. So just go to line number 11 and start writing embedded docs embedded embedded hype underscore docs. Instead of query embedding, it should be document embedding. Doc embedding that embed something like embed document exist. I don't think so. Just a second. Yep, dot embed documents do exist. Fine. Yeah. Just give me a second. I'll just write the code. I've written a code. I've written a like line of code. Just copy that.
They paste in line number 12, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of embedded docs, just remove that line in line number 11 and paste it there. Yep. And in VS, so what you need to do in VS.add documents is, let me just write. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. We didn't need to complicate this. There's a much simpler way out there. So can you just open your screen? So go to PDF. You go to like vectorstore.py. From there, you write from in the import line number 4. You write from embedding import doc embeddings. Yes. Just save this. And what you need is like you see in vector store, vector underscore store, you see embedding. Line number 16. Just
Yes, sir.
write doc embedding. Just write equal to after the equal to. Just write doc underscore embeddings. Yes. Good. And go to line number 10. You see size equal to 3072. Just write 768. So what happens internally is that for like quadrant is a vector database that stores vectors of certain dimension, right? So the dimension that is given out by the vector embedding model or the Google Generative AI is 768. When you use something like OpenAI's API or genetic embedding, it's 3072. Both 3072 and 768 sizes have their own respective advantages and disadvantages. Feel that can be something up for discussion a little later on, much beyond the scope of this workshop to be frank. Yeah.
Sir,
Yep.
so like size equal to 768, what actually happens when data is stored?
When data is stored, basically all of your queries, right, the documents, those are stored as vectors. I told you, right, you have to store them as vectors, all of the data. So the data that is converted to a vector, it is converted into a vector of size 768. A vector of size 768 basically means think of a matrix, one row, 768 columns. Make sense?
Fine, sir.
Yep. You can just save this. So yep, you can just go back. ps.add documents, we have done that. Go to main.py now. ps.add documents, documents equal to docs. Fine, works. So you can just remove line number 11 altogether. Cross that out, remove it completely. Yeah, and now what you can do is from do an import, right? You need to do another import from PDF underscore utils. No. From PDF underscore utils, import PDF loader. And then what you need to do is go to main dot and also another add another import async IO. Next line. Async IO, yeah, that one. Good. So what do you think? What are the steps that we have done here? We discussed RAG yesterday, right? Hello, guys, you there? All right, never mind. I think
Yes,
we
sir. Yes, sir.
can. Yeah. So Hariharan, so what do you think? So what are the steps that we have done till here? Anyways, let it be. So after this, we have done this load jobs and everything, right? We have got all of the jobs we have inserted into the documents. So what now? So what? So go to line number 18, Rana. Yep. Just write resume equal to PDF loader dot load. No. The bracket. Remove that bracket. Just store that.
Sir,
Open close bracket. Open close bracket. Open close bracket. Yep. Done. So here you load your resume now. You have fetched all of the jobs. You have stored all of them in a vector document, and now you need to store them in your resume. So now, what do you do? We have stored them. We have got the resume. You now need to generate the vector embeddings for the resume, right? What you can do is, just press go to next line. Just press enter. Resume underscore embedding equal to query embeddings dot embed query bracket resume dot page content. Not embed and no, you were right. It's right. It's right. Just undo that. Yep. No. Just complete. Yeah. Resume dot. Ravana, bracket in the bracket. Embed query. Yep. Resume dot.
After embed query, what should I do, sir?
Let open up the bracket. Resume. Right. Resume dot page underscore content. Yes. So what this does is this basically gives you a okay resume embedding, and like this generates a resume embedding for the page content of your resume. Right. I think that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
sir,
Um, yeah. Somebody said something. I think Hariharan said.
sir, sir, basically we are converting our resume to embedding because in vector store we should store it in the way of embeddings, like when we
Yeah.
upload.
Exactly.
Sir, can you explain what happens between embeddings and vector store, sir?
Embeddings and
Vector store, why it is being stored like that? What is the science behind it? Why it is like that?
yes. that's a pretty good question. So, Hariharan, remember that last day we discussed that, okay, so like what happens internally is that like first you have to convert your documents into something called embeddings. The vector flow does that for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so those are vector databases. They don't really do that. They basically take in vectors and store them, right? You just give it a vector configuration to store. For example, you gave that 768 documents, right? 768
Yes, sir.
dimensions. So that you do. And now how to convert your document to a vector, like basically it's just mapping, right? So for that you use the Google generative model. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also, yeah. Also, like, Saravana, just do something. You wrote resume.page content, right?
Yes, sir.
Just write resume bracket open zero. Like it'll be an array. Just resume bracket open zero. Like the box bracket. Yep. Page content. Just like that. So this will be basically resume embeddings. This will take in your resume and then it will start help you find what are the most relevant documents, right? So now just press enter. So now what you will need is, so here's the thing, what you will be needing is that a query. You will need to write a query, right? So just write query equal to input. What type of a job are you searching for? I've written. You just press complete. Yep. What type of job are you looking for? Right. So now that's done. So what you will be doing right now is that you would be creating a chain in LangChain, right? So just do something. Give me a second. Just a second. I'm typing something here. Just copy that. Just copy this, that the total thing. No. The from the template equal to. So what you'll need to do is now you need to import chat from template, right? So let me give you the code. I've sent you the import message. I think I've used like I've installed LangChain core, right? Or like do you do if install LangChain core, do it once now. Yep, it's already done. Fine then, not an issue. So what we have done here is that like the relevant you need to right now get the relevant jobs. So go to query, like where you have written query equal to input, what type of job are you looking for, and press enter. And what you now need to do is just to find the relevant jobs, right? So what you can do is write like query underscore embedding equal to query embedding dot embed query of query. Just the autocomplete, yes. And also for the resume embeddings, like it will be like doc embeddings dot embed query in line number 20. It will be rather than query embeddings with doc embeddings. I mean, either way it will be the same, but yeah, fine. So now what you need to search is that what you now need to search is through the resume, right? So what you need to do is a vector store vs, just press enter. Uh, my bad. So document embed, just search doc embeddings. Wait, did you write a job for that? Just a second. I think we got a little bit astray with this. Doc embeddings. Quadrant memory. Can we just go to query embeddings where you define the query embeddings, the doc embeddings, embedding.py. All right, and go to maybe the vector store.py once. Embeddings equal to doc embeddings. All right, so we need to use doc embeddings everywhere. All right, so just go back. So what you need to do is like vector store you've imported as VS, no? Okay, that's pretty good. So what you now need to do is write VS dot in line number 23. VS dot. You can just search query and just complete that autocomplete. Yep. Just a second. Yep. So what you need to do is vs.search, and rather than query embedding, just write query. Sorry, just write resume, not query, resume. I'll clarify the confusion about this. Yep. So just store that vs.search of resume as relevant jobs, relevant underscore jobs, relevant underscore vant underscore jobs equal to vs.search underscore resume. Yes. So now you go to template. You see that template, right? Just scroll down, scroll down. Yes. So what it does is it tells the AI that, okay, this is your user query, and now these are the relevant jobs for you. Cool. And now what you need to do here is, now that you have got the relevant jobs and everything, you now need to create a chain. So you have the Google Gemini API, right? No, hear me out, hear me out. You have the Google Gemini API, right? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Just a second. Now what you need to do is like create create at the top, at the absolute top of it. Just write this code. I've sent you the code. Yes. Enter. Yeah. So now what you need to do is go downwards, go downwards. Now write chain equal to, I've written in the chat. Sorry, not chain. It will be LLM. Just a second. I'll write one for you. Yep, written. Yes. So now what you need to do is just write result equal to, next line, equal to chain dot invoke I. Yes. Just press enter now. So what you need to now do is print result dot content. Yep. So and now, yeah, you're done.
Sir,
And
is
now,
content a method or just a?
uh, just a second. So can you just hover on top of the chain variable ones? 41. So there is the variable chain has been any. Okay, a second. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. So now what you can do is you printed that, right? Now press enter once. Enter. Go give a backspace. And now you just write asyncio.run bracket main. Asyncio.run. Yeah, autocomplete that. Yes. Press. Now press save. And now what you do, run main.py. Hit now. Oh, you don't have the module called motor. Just do pip install motor. So what it will do here is it will download the jobs first, then it will read your resume. Then what it will do, it will take your query, enter your query, right? What are the job you're looking for? And then it will suggest what are the jobs for you. Just let it run. Give it 5 minutes overall. What's the error? Just go down, load jobs, document one thing, the dictionary. Oh, all right. I think you have inserted documents, the docs, right? Just do something. Go to the insert jobs.
In which file, sir?
Okay. Go to like do something. So you wrote docs, like wait, you wrote wait insert jobs, right? Docs. Line number 16.
Yes, sir.
I'll just edit the code for you. Yeah. Save it. Now let's run it again. If the insert operation is completed and ignoring point on this, what type of job are you looking for? Search for anything, maybe AI engineering, prompt, or whatsoever. Query and cannot access. Okay, do something, Saravanan. Line number 13, you have line number 19, right? Line number 19, load job. Comment that out. Do control slash. Press control slash, you can comment it out. Yes. Now what you can do is, so the jobs have been loaded, right, in your document. You can open your MongoDB and see that again. Refresh it once. You see 97 of them have been loaded. All of the details. So now you don't need to scrape that anymore, right? So again, for the next use, you can just uncomment it later on. But for now, you don't need to scrape it anymore. Just go back to your code now. Yes. What you need to do is cannot access local variable query embeddings when it is not assigned to the value. So actually, Saravanan, what is the issue with this is go to line number 23. Just write my underscore query underscore embed. Yes. And go downwards again. Okay, fine. So okay, never mind. You just remove this line. Line number 23, can remove it. Yes. Now save it and you can just run the code again. What type of job are you looking for? AI engineering. Let's say one positional argument. Fine. Just a second. Instead of vs.search, can you write vs.similarity underscore search? Like relevant jobs equal to vs dot
Sir, line number
25. So 24, 24. vs dot search. Just above that. vs
VS
dot
dot search.
similarity. Just replace search with similarity underscore search. Underscore search. Yes. Now do that again. Now run the program again. What's the issue here? Go up. Go up, go up, go up. Alright, just go down. Expected. Oh my bad. It should be resume 0. vs dot similarity search. It would be resume 0 dot page content. Like the one that you wrote in line number 21, right? Yes. My bad. Come on. Oh, my bad. I think I forgot to call this. Just a second. You have the line chain.invoke, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm writing the code for this there.
Result equal to the line.
Yeah. This one, yeah. Also the extra C is there. Clear your terminal and run it again. I have a meeting. Gemini Pro, you did not find it. Just a second. Just change the model name to this. Send it in now. Gemini Pro, line number 11. Yes. Save it and yep. Okay, so just change from result.content, just print result.content, just change it to like just print result. Second last line, please. Yep. Save it, print result. So then
Yes, sir.
just go up. Okay, I understand the information. Okay, so it's not able to find the documents. This is something that we will be coming again. We will be touching again after we leave the after we come back from the break. So this is something that we need to polish over, right? I think it's been a long day. So Sampath, I think we can exit for now. We can take the record, and after we come back at 2 p.m., we can just have a talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Everybody would be hungry for lunch. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sampath. Yeah. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you.